What's up, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Wizards Latest. I'm your host and DC sports fan, Ben Robertson, and on this page, we break down all the biggest headlines and rumors surrounding the Washington Wizards. So make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to drop your comments as well with any thoughts you have on this video or anything you want to hear me talk about in the future. Appreciate all the support here on the road to 1K. Keep tuning in every single weekday. And today, I want to talk about the Wizards-Raptors preseason matchup coming up. We'll talk about the potential win total for this upcoming year. I want to talk Alex Sarr, and I want to talk a little bit about Tristan Vukcevic, as requested down in the comment section. Again, thanks for tuning in and diving in today. Let's chat about that preseason game coming up here this weekend. Wizards taking on Toronto at home this Sunday, October 12th at 3 p.m. Fortunately for my Commanders fans on here as well, they play Monday night, so shouldn't have a conflict there, or else it make for a tricky viewing Sunday. But let me know down below what you want to see down in this first preseason matchup. One thing I'll tell you I'm fired up about is to see Trey Johnson on the court. I feel like, obviously, really since this channel got started and I got started hosting here, Trey Johnson, of course, has been one of the big talking points. Things got underway here on Wizards Latest around draft time, so those were some of our first discussions, and I just can't wait to see what he can do at the NBA level. We keep saying it, but as soon as he stepped on the court during Summer League, immediately looked like he belonged. I'm hoping he can have that same impact now in his NBA debuts. Other things I'm looking for, especially in preseason. Remember, Bilal Coulibaly is out. Can Keyshawn George and Cam Whitmore really, step up and take control and maybe take leadership of kind of the depth at those wing spots moving forward? Bilal out, the runway is clear for those two to really show what they can do and show the progress that they have made here this summer. And I'm excited to see if they can do that from preseason game one. Again, the Raptors have become a little bit of the, kind of preseason buddy for Washington here. Remember, teams pretty much make their own preseason schedules. The Raptors have now been on there for the last few years. Again, let me know down below what you guys are looking for from the Wizards here in preseason action getting started this weekend. And of course, as that gets underway, we kind of continue to look around the league and we continue to get some projections from some of the biggest NBA media outlets. The Athletic has released NBA Eastern Conference predictions. They have the Wizards ranked last or projected last in the East here this upcoming season at 16-66, an expected record for this year. Now, the reasoning given by The Athletic is essentially that they feel like the Wizards are pretty much an openly tanking team and just aren't. Again, we all understand the situation with the draft pick, trying to hold on to it. Now, I will say the article is a little bit more bleak than I think we have to be as Wizards fans. And I want to know what you guys think about this as well. Just your thoughts about where the win total is going to be here this upcoming season. But again, I don't think we have to be so negative moving forward as fans. The Athletic kind of poses things as, well, you're just stuck in this rebuild on this sort of treadmill until you find the guy that really transforms your organization. And while I think that there is some truth to that, I also think that building young talent and letting them grow together actually matters in the NBA. As I kind of sort of continue to express, if you look at the landscape of the league right now, that actually works. It actually is kind of the path that things are trending in, especially with the way the league is set up, where it becomes harder to retain multiple players on massive contracts just with the restructuring of the CBA. And so while I do think you do need to find kind of the guy that sort of, carries your franchise over the top, I think that if you get him or you land that superstar in the lottery and there's no infrastructure here for him to work with already. There's not a core of players there to help him out already, or he doesn't have a running mate. Remember, it was Jaylen Brown that won Finals MVP a couple years ago, not Jason Tatum. That superstar kind of needs a sidekick too. And if those pieces aren't here when you land him, that player is going to be in a lot worse position moving forward. You're not going to be able to maximize his value once you do get him. And remember, we talk about all the time, next year's draft class looks awesome. But one player, of course, we got out of last year's draft class, Alex Sarr, heading into a pivotal year two. Sarr was a non-contact participant this past week in practice, per Josh Robbins. One thing I've seen very interesting here was Alex Sarr, excuse me, Josh Robbins with that report, was Sacramento Kings fans are interested in going after him. I saw on the Kings fan-sided website, they want to make a deal for Sarr, actually call him their dream forward moving forward. Moving forward. Sorry, Sacramento, but I don't think so, guys. We of course want to keep Sarr here in DC. Will Dawkins very keen about Sarr's future, and another thing I'll continue to say about him is he's really an X factor in this rebuild. Where his ceiling lies matters so much, I think, to the potential kind of the current players that are here in DC already. We've already seen it defensively. We've already seen some of his upside there, but again, becoming a positive player at the other end as well is so important. And just the ability to protect the rim, but also switch 1 through 5 makes him just invaluable on the defensive half of the court. And I really do think whatever his ceiling might be, really could be a game changer. Because if Sarr is an all-star level player and you have that in your pocket already, that means just completely opens things up and kind of changes the way you look at the future. I don't know if he's an all-star level player, but I do know that Will Dawkins has a ton of belief in him. Called him by the numbers that the Wizards ran the best switch defender in the NBA last year. I think we're going to get a clear path for Sarr to work with this year. He's going to have opportunities, and he's really going to be able to show if he has taken that step forward going into year two. Another player, another young big on the roster that I want to chat about, and I saw down in the comment section, you guys requesting me discuss, is Tristan Vukcevic. And you guys got it. Obviously, Tristan had that huge close to last year's regular season. Over the final month of the year, averaged 19 points, 5.8 rebounds, a couple assists, had ridiculous shooting split, shot better than 50% from the floor, 55% from three, almost 80% of his free throws in that stretch. Remember, he had that huge final game, the 28-point outing against Miami to close out the year. But excited to see what Tristan Vukcevic can do, but it's also a pivotal year for him, to be quite honest. Remember, he's on that two-way contract again. I do think that there's a possibility, he's able to be converted maybe to a standard deal at some point this year, or work his way towards that, prove that he is part of kind of a long-term option here in DC, but he's also got to go show it. And let's be honest, we're talking about Alex Sarr, the runway's clear for him. Same deal with Tristan Vukcevic. The roster isn't exactly deep at the big man spots, and this is his year to kind of go prove he is a legit NBA talent. The per 36 numbers have been off the charts for him over his first couple years, but just has to go show that now over the course of a season. On the two-way deal, could still see him in the G League as well, but hoping, he'll use up his 50-game cap pretty quickly in the NBA, and hoping he proves, again, he's an NBA option. But we'll keep you posted on everything Wizards related right here on the page. So make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons below. Don't forget to drop your comments as well. Keep tuning in every single weekday. You can also hit me over on Twitter at Ben Robertson 32. And thanks for watching another episode of Wizards Latest.